as well. This is good. Oh, hang on. Bring Adam in. 2 Adam Smiths in the house.
Mark,
which one's the real one?
I don't even know how to change that halfway through. How do I even change that? We'll go with it. Sorry about that. I think we're now streaming with one person when we had like 25 waiting previously. So we'll wait for people to catch up. So that's never happened before.
Is it the same YouTube link?
It's probably it's a different YouTube link. Yeah. Let me bring that up, and then we can send it out, I guess. That is a pain in the ass, isn't it?
What went wrong?
It just said it's. I don't know. I do not know. Is the answer? Yeah, Alex, I will send this to you. This is the new YouTube link. Anyway, welcome everybody. Sorry about the full start. So I think it's just Phil here. He's found his way over here. Yeah, no idea what happened. It looked like it failed on YouTube, so I restarted the stream, and then it looked like it was okay. So hopefully we'll get some people back in a bit. But I guess we crack on, right?
Let me.
We'll do it.
Let's go for it.
What was that, Alex?
Let's go for it. Let's start.
Yeah, Sue's there as well. By the looks of it. So all good. Right. So welcome. So today, the niche lifestyle show. I've got no teeth now either.
For you to say
the niche lifestyle show. So we're missing Doug. You may have noticed. Alex slid in 5 seconds to go. Doug should have come on the show anyway, right? So Doug's on his private jet. Like, if this is the niche lifestyle show, he should. If he can't, stream a show from his private jet, then where can you stream it from? So he should have been. Yeah, if anything, he should have been here. He's jet setting around the world. I'm not even sure where he's gone to, but he's jet setting.
And he asked us to change the time of the stream and everything, and then he don't even show up.
And it's his fault it broke as well, I think. So.
Yeah. Well, at least I can talk about how wonderful AI tools are without getting any stick.
Yeah. So, today we're talking about online living, a day in the life. So there's a number of things we want to talk about. So I want to talk about like what it takes to run a business online and get started online. So we're just going to talk to you. The best people to talk to us about is you, Alex, because you're doing it. Adam, we've already established in episode 1 of this show that the kind of stuff that we're doing, Adam and I doing, selling services, doesn't count for working online. So, but we've got our own stories from our own niches, from our own portfolios, and when we got started as well. So we're talking about magic money mainly, i.e. money that just happens when you're sleeping. And we're going to talk a little bit about like what we hope our future lives look like as well. So Alex, start with you. Like, I guess, well, actually, we're not going to go into what you're doing now because a lot's changed for you recently, which we'll come to.
Yeah.
But in the early days, like, when did you first start working online, and like, what was that like for you? What did a day look like?
Well, let me just think. Well, that was before kids and stuff, so that was just like I had so much time, I probably didn't know what to do with it. I would just, get out of bed late, fire up the laptop, do a bit of work on some websites. Just generally do whatever I liked. No, but to be fair, I often spent a lot of time working. And in fact, that's one of the kind of illusions maybe with the niche website or online lifestyle is that people think that you don't do a lot of work, whereas you actually end up doing probably more work than you would do with a 9 to 5. Well, I certainly did, because I'd just be on my laptop evenings, weekends, working on websites, or I still had clients at the same time as well. So, be managing them as well, doing that kind of stuff. I generally think that when you work for yourself, whatever that may be, you definitely do more work than you do when you work for someone else.
Yeah, someone said to me once, you can when you've got your own business or you're running your own thing, you can work any any hours you want in the day. What's that? Oh, I've blown this, but basically the idea is like, yeah, you could choose to sleep any 4 hours you like. The rest is work, basically. So
yeah, I think you ruined the punch. That's the way he tells them.
Terrible joke.
But it's true though, right? So you end up spending like lots.
You end up working way more than you would. I mean, when you work for someone else, I know it was a long time ago for me, but what I remember is, you do your work, you crawl into the office 8:30, 9 o'clock or whatever, probably hungover or whatever, and then you sit in the office for 8 hours and try and do as little work as possible. And then when you go home, you just don't really think about work anymore, and you just put your feet up, do whatever. Whereas when you work for yourself, whether that be selling services or having an online business, it's always on your mind. You never really switch off from it.
Also, I think it's different now as well, because everybody's connected to their phones. Like, it can be 10:30 in the night and an email will come in. And prior to working with smartphones or whatever, you wouldn't really see that until the next day when you actually went back to the computer. Now it's there. You're always on. You're always connected. You always can check things, information at your fingertips, emails at your fingertips, Slack, WhatsApp. Like, I just feel like it never quite turn off fully unless
you can't.
Do
you have notifications on for that stuff?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll literally just put my phone on flight mode and put it away, so I know. But even then, like, I got a bit of like separation anxiety. Like, oh, what if I'm missing something now? What if something important's going on in my phone on flight mode?
Yeah. So, Alex, when you started doing that, so what? I mean, were you working another job when you first started?
Not another job. Well, kind of another job. It was my own company at the time. When I did start doing a bit of affiliate marketing, only small scale stuff. But yeah, I had my agency at the time, so that took up a lot of time, managing clients and team members and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, when you're doing it for yourself, you're more motivated, right? Because you get out what you put in, so it's kind of, with a job.
You are, but then you also, I don't know about you, I also have a big problem with procrastination and all that kind of stuff. So I find it quite hard to start stuff, especially bigger stuff that I know is important and needs to be done and is going to make me money or change stuff or whatever. But I do struggle because you haven't got someone telling you to do stuff. You have to motivate yourself and encourage yourself to do things, which I think can be a challenge when you work for yourself. In the early days, you're full of excitement and enthusiasm. It's not so bad. But when you've been in it for a while, because there's no one telling you what to do, and you have got the option of, well, I could do something else.
Yeah.
What you need is a partner, because I feel.
Yeah, I guess then you're accountable to someone else.
Yeah. If I say to Mark, I'm going to do something and I don't do it, then he says, why? What did you do instead? Like, it's the accountability. Same the other way around.
Yeah. It's hard to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, it is.
It can be, yeah. It can be, yeah, for sure. Cool. All right. So, Adam, what did you look like? What did it look like for you in the early days?
Yeah, like, I mean, on the first stream we talked about like how we made our first money online. But when I first started making my first kind of serious money online, I was working for a digital marketing agency. So my time was quite precious. I was doing long hours. I was on the road for those guys, visiting universities. I live in Wales. I was traveling up to Birmingham, down to London, like to see clients. While also trying to build an affiliate site on the side and not outsource anything, do it all myself. So all of the writing, all of the research. And basically, yeah, it was hard. The first, like it was almost the first full year I was doing that. And I'd go to work tired because I'd been up late in the night before writing. And then I'd come home and then I'd have some dinner and then I'd do some more writing and do some more research. Interact in the Facebook groups, just trying to build like the persona of the site and stuff. And yeah, it just took a lot of time and it was really hard. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat it. When I started outsourcing things, the process became a lot easier. But when I was doing it all myself to start with, it was really hard and really draining. And I can very easily see how people give up at that point. Like they're not seeing success quick enough. I can totally like feel and understand, all right, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not getting anywhere quick enough. And I think I was just lucky that I persevered and got through that. And then my life kind of took a different path then when I quit the agency to do it full time, which we'll probably come on to into a little bit. But that first 12 months was really, really hard. And I felt like I was working 12, 13 hours a day for like 7-8 months straight, pretty much.
Yeah, exhausting.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I think we expect things to happen quicker than they actually do with this kind of world that we live in, with instant this and that and immediate things.
Yeah.
Whereas you still need a lot of patience with internet projects.
Yeah. But by the way, there were definitely 2 Adam Smiths on the screen. Mark didn't change the name for some reason, and now, as we're new to streaming on our software, we don't quite know how to change it midstream, so we're stuck with 2 Adam Smiths.
So you have to guess which one is the real Adam Smith.
Yeah, you might have noticed that. Yeah, the first stream didn't work. I think some people have come over. I don't even think it's got a proper thumbnail or anything, so it's a right mess. But yeah, apologies. But yeah, I remember you saying, Adam, that you built that first site, you sold it, and then you just took a couple of months off because you were exhausted from like all of the effort that you'd gone into it. So
yeah, I literally quit my job pretty much like the next month after I sold it, and then I took a good couple of weeks of doing nothing while I looked for a site. I mean, I was looking for a site. I wasn't doing nothing, but I wasn't actively working on these sites for the first couple of weeks after that. I just needed a break. I was burnt out, to be honest. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, so yeah, I mean, mine's a mixture of your 2 stories, like together, pretty much. So I think, like, I had an agency, Bill Alex, and that is really like, that is like, well, we know now, Adam, like that is really hard work, like just managing to fit everything in. And when you first start out, you do everything, right? You do the accounting, you do all of the, like, absolutely everything that kind of goes into it, like what you need to do to run a business. It's not just the day and getting the work done, it's like all the stuff that comes with running a business as well. But I left that agency that I'd started, and I knew that I wanted to start a website portfolio. I got into it and started doing that. But I kind of started working like as a consultant as well. So that kind of gave me a bit of free time and some more flexibility. So I'd maybe work 3 days a week and then spend a couple of days just on my site. So I'd be doing a lot of writing, but similar to you, I was doing it in the evenings and optimizing for stuff. I tried to get freelancers on as early as I could to help, and that's how it was assisting there. So just to get that scale of content like up. But it's, you know, everything that kind of goes into it. It's all time consuming. It's just time. So and then you got to do all the internal linking and like all of that stuff, and make time for that. So,
well, I know you had children at that point as well, Mark, didn't you? I don't know if Alex had children, but I didn't have any. I didn't have any kids at the time, so I don't know how I would have managed throwing some kids in the mix as well.
I've been through this. Oh, yeah, 2 and then 1 on the way, I think. But yeah, I've been through this cycle like a few times in my life. I built some software for a couple of friends, and we spent 18 months, and I just worked weekends and evenings for 18 months before I had kids, doing that, and then starting my other agency. You know, now this one, of course. I've been through that cycle a few times of just like killing myself for a while, and then it kind of gets better. So
it does, but I think that's the truth about any venture, any business, is you got to put a lot of effort in at the beginning. You've really got to give it everything just to get some momentum behind it, because once you do start to build momentum, stuff does become more automated, does become a little bit easier, but you've got to give it that big push in the beginning, and that's when you are putting in a lot of blood, sweat and tears and not seeing much return, not seeing much progress, and that's when it can be really demotivating, and you can think, oh, why the hell am I doing this, when you're up late on a Saturday night and trying to finish some article off or do some SEO stuff, and it's just not happening, and it can really and as you say, with kids, I did a video actually on this on Monday about people that start businesses with kids. You know, it is maybe 10 times harder, because you've got, you know, the risk is bigger because there's people that you've got to look after and you've got to feed and everything else. It's not just yourself. You know, when you're young, free and single, you can do whatever you want. You can take risks and you can pick yourself up if it doesn't work out. But when you're carrying some kids as well, it's a lot. You have to, you know, calculate that risk and be a bit more careful. And just the second reason is the time, because kids and maybe pets to a certain degree, but especially kids, they require quite a bit of your time, and you can't really put them on hold. You have to deal with them, and you have to put everything else on hold. You know, when they need feeding, they need to take it to school, they need to take it to the clubs, they need whatever. So you definitely have less time as a parent, and you have, you know, that risk calculation is different.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, you reap what you sow, though. Yeah, you're setting the foundations, isn't it? All that work at the beginning is eventually comes good, but yeah, it's patient.
And that's
Hopefully,
the thing. That's the thing I think people miss as well, though. People sometimes look, if you've been doing it for a while, and think, "Oh my god, you've got it easy. You're doing X, Y, Z. You've outsourced everything. You've got your systems in place," and they just think this is like magical, but they don't realize all of that time and effort and blood and sweat and tears that went in for the first couple of years to get to that point. It just looks easy when you're there, but no, it's yeah.
Yeah, and I think that again is what goes wrong with people that see this lifestyle, and they see some of the adverts on YouTube. We've all seen them. The people that are selling courses and things generally focus on this bit at the end, you know, where they're sitting by the pool or they're sitting by the Lamborghini or whatever, and on the laptop on the beach. No one ever takes a laptop to the beach. That's a ridiculous place to take a laptop. I will say that. Sand and water. Not a good idea.
You can't see from the glare in the sun as well. So.
Yeah, that is a terrible place to work. You're better in a dark bar somewhere, I think. But generally, yeah, they focus on that bit and they miss out all the bits at the beginning, the really hard bits of starting and working and taking risk and not earning any money for quite some time while you're actually building something. They always miss that, and they just sell the dream of, you know, of where we are now, where, you know, you have got stuff that's working, you've got money coming in, and you are able to maybe just take a little bit more time for yourself.
Yeah, you got the right personality or the right drive, I guess, to be able to like get
you have to be driven, and you have to be determined. You need some grit, determination, and not because things are going to go wrong as well. You're going to fail at a lot of things, and stuff's not going to work, and you're going to get frustrated, you're going to get angry, you're going to get upset, and it's knowing that you've got to keep going, you've got to get through that, and once you do get to the other side, it's going to be worth it.
One thing I don't know how you guys feel, but I guess most entrepreneurs feel like this is once you've gone through that and you've gone through lots of the challenges, life doesn't really feel scary anymore. Like I feel now I can overcome any challenge, like any issue. Like, you know, there's other people in my circle of friends or family, and any small issues, it's like the end of the world. Like it's like there's no logical step.
You build a confidence, don't you, that you're able to handle it. Yeah. And risk becomes less risky. You have a confidence that you'll be able to overcome the challenges, and you'll be able to make some money regardless. And, you know, because the very first thing people think of when they're, you know, they've got a job and they're about to quit their job and do something is, oh, that's a big risk, quitting my job, because, you know, I get paid every month and I'm going to lose that security. But then that's an illusion. You've got a huge risk, actually, because your future is currently in someone else's hands. They could wake up tomorrow and go, oh, we don't need Alex anymore. I mean, what does he even do anyway? Get rid of him. And you go in the next day and the boss calls you in the office and that's it. And suddenly your life's been flipped upside down, and it wasn't even your choice. It was someone else's choice. So I'd say that's far more risky than taking your own destiny into your own hands.
I also think this is a great point. I don't know how your guys' partners like felt when you were giving up the security of a job or whatever else. But yeah, I definitely couldn't have done this without the support of my partner. She was actually really chilled about it. I remember coming home down there. I've sold my website. I want to quit my job, thinking we're gonna argue about this. And she basically said, "All right." I was like, "All right, like yeah." She said, "Yeah, all right, that's it. That was it." I built in my head. I built it up to this massive thing about because you're right. It's almost stereotyped about, you know, giving up a job, giving up security and stuff like that. And I thought she was going to be on the opposite side of where she eventually landed. And that was great, but
that's good.
Yeah,
mine just thought I was mad and didn't believe that I was ever going to get anywhere with it, which is nice. But I believe so, and she does believe in me now. But I remember at the time we were living in a flat, and she was like, "Oh, I don't like living in the flat anymore. I want to have a garden. I want to have a dog, a nice house." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, we'll get that. I mean, I can see that, and I'm going to focus on that." I was very much into manifestation and all that kind of stuff at the time, which I think can be helpful to have that belief and that eye on the goal. And she was very negative in terms of, "Oh, you know, I don't think so." But And then, I don't know, 8 years later, 5 years later, however long it took, we had the big house, the dog, the garden, and everything, and it'd become a reality. Since then, she has started to align herself more with my optimistic thinking. She's a pessimist. She calls herself a realist, which is obviously the same as pessimist, because you can only be pessimistic or optimistic. There is no reality. Maybe we'll save that for another chat. So yeah, I think, and my parents were also at the very, very beginning, because they were both from, the 9-to-5 background. My dad worked for a company all his life. My mum was a teacher all her life. So when I said I don't want to have a job anymore and I'm going to do my own thing, they did support me and they gave me a bit of money, and that really did kind of change, because once you have quit your job, you've probably only got 6 to 12 months before you could probably go back to having a job. After that point, you then become unemployable because you've just been out of the employment world for so long. You've seen things that they don't want you to see.
People think you're weird as well. People think, what's going on here?
Yeah. It's a different life. So
just a question about the online living and the day in the life, just a small part of it. When you're out and about and you're maybe at a party, a pub, a bar, a wedding, and you're chatting, and someone you don't know comes up to you and you're talking, and they go, "So, Mark, so Adam, what do you do for a living?"
Me and Mark talked about this the other day. I went to this fireside chat thing the other day, and I started off by telling people that I owned a digital marketing agency, and like their eyes just glaze over. It's like,
at that point, yeah. For most people know what that is by now.
And then I started telling people then that I was a website investor, which Mark tells people, and it's totally different. Oh, what's that? How does that work?
That sparks some interest.
Yeah, that did. Yeah, it's totally different. People just don't want to know about digital marketing agency, or even worse, if you just say I own a marketing agency and they just go, "Oh, marketing, yeah, cool." Like, that's it. There's no questions.
Is that like billboards and stuff?
Yeah.
What about you, Alex? What do you say?
See, when I first...
I'm an influencer.
No, I never used that. That's a wanky word. When I first wanted to get into YouTube, I often thought, wouldn't it be so cool if you're a YouTuber, when you go into a pub and people go, "What do you do?" And you go, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber." Now I just think, again, it's just cringe. I just think,
it's cool now if you're a TikToker. If you're a TikToker, now it's cool.
No, that's cool, yeah, but YouTubers a bit of passe, really. I just say internet stuff, YouTube. Sometimes, but then if you say YouTube, they go, "Oh, what do you do? Comedy or stuff?" No, nothing like that. I talk about websites on YouTube, and then the eyes glaze over.
If you tell someone in Spanish what you do, what do you do? What do you say?
No one in Spanish asks me what I do. I don't speak Spanish. Anyway, a few questions coming. Let's have a quick look, and then we'll carry on. I saw one. It was quite techy. What was it about? Something about Ezoic.
What's that?
I just use that platform. Also work in Mexico, or is it only Canada and the USA? I have no idea.
Did you mean if you live in Mexico or Canada, or do you mean the traffic is from Mexico or Canada? Because I think you can monetize all traffic, and I'm assuming you can access.
Is there a reason why you can sign up in Mexico?
Yeah,
they're really helpful over at Zoic. So give them a shout out.
Yeah, they're probably better placed than us.
But shout out to a few people then on the stream, because we didn't get to do that at the start because no one was here because we messed up. But Phil, Sue, this is the bit. WP Eagle, Birdie, Bill, Mr. Crouch, or Mr. Couch, should I say? Phil Gibbons, Robin, or Cameron. Welcome back, Cameron. Bill, Ariel. Yeah. So we've got loads of stuff on here. Like, I haven't really kind of had a chance to look through them, but whilst I go through them, Alex, why don't you tell us about like what it looks like now, like your new life,
today in the life. I mean, a lot of people have asked me to do a video on this, but I don't know. I feel a little bit uncomfortable. Like it's too much personal information to put up on the internet. But as a rough story, so a weekday is generally get up by 7:30 because the kids need to go to school. So it's getting their lunches ready and breakfasts and all that stuff. And then we get them to school, and the kids are in school by 9. Then after 9, myself and my wife would normally go for a coffee. If it's nice, we'll just go down the front, sit by the beach and have a coffee and some tostada con tomate, aceite, you know, the toast with the tomato and the oil and the salt is delicious. And yeah, have some coffee. And then, so I normally get home by about 9:30, and then I might start looking on my laptop. Generally, I want to try and stay away from email and stuff if I can, and messages. I'll have something in my mind that I want to do, maybe a video, maybe publish some stuff on a website. I'll try and prioritize that as the first thing to do, because that's the big stuff. That's the important stuff. And problem with emails and stuff is you get sucked into it, and then your day's gone and you haven't achieved anything. So yeah, I'll do that for a bit and I'll try and get stuff done. I might then walk around, do a video in the morning. My daughter finishes school at 2, so I'll go and pick her up with the dog. If it's really sunny and maybe it's a Friday, some of the guys might ring me and say, do you want to go for a cold one before the school runs? I might be trying to do that less because it's very unproductive in the afternoon. So you get the daughter, then you give her some lunch and just tinker around on the laptop. Then I have to get my son. He comes, or my wife, she's going to get him today. But he finished at 3:30, so bring him back, then sit down with him and do his homework. I hate homework. God. He hates homework too, which makes the whole thing quite unpleasant. Then make the kids dinner or our dinner. I like doing the cooking. So you notice I haven't done that much work yet, really. I've done a video in the morning. And then once the kids are in bed, which will be about 8, 8:30, because I generally will spend time with them during that dinner time period and after school. So that's a few hours. Then once the kids have gone to bed, I'll then probably get the laptop out. And then that's when I might start going through emails and comments and that kind of thing on the sofa with the wife. And that's it. So yeah, to be fair, I don't work that hard anymore, because the whole goal of what I've created and what I want to do is, I like doing YouTube, so I like doing YouTube videos. I like working on my sites, but generally most of that is now outsourced. So it's just checking up on my team. Generally, I'm of the philosophy that time is far more important than money. So I've got to a level now where the money is comfortable enough. So yeah, I spend my time doing what I want to do, which is generally spend time with the kids or drink cold ones with the guys.
Yeah.
Literally living the dream, Alex.
Yeah. Well, I hope so, until my liver caves in from all the beer. But yeah, what was it like for you then, Adam?
Yeah, mine's probably different to yours, because obviously we've got the agency. So I wake up probably a little bit earlier than you, mainly because we've got a little boy who's 4, so he's up early every day. No matter what time he goes to bed, he gets up early.
What time's early?
Like 6, sometimes
Okay.
5:45. And then usually he's like me and my wife. We love tea, so one of us will go make him a cup of tea. And usually it's the wife, and then I'll lie in bed with him while he drinks his cup of tea, and I'll check my Google Analytics. It's the first thing I do of the day, to check that.
Really? Wow.
It is, yeah.
That can either then set you up on a buzz or completely bring you down for the rest of the day.
Just check the day before, see what happens, basically. So make sure nothing's fallen apart.
Okay.
And then, so my wife works part-time 3 days a week in the mornings. So on those mornings, she'll get him ready for school as she gets dressed, and then she always takes him to school. And on the days that she's not working, I'll typically get him dressed, and then she'll take him to school. But that normally means I'm kind of at my desk either from like 7:30, 7:45 onwards, typically. And then I spend the first hour or so going through emails. I literally live my life by my to-do list and my calendar. So if it's on my to-do list, then that's what I'm doing for the day. And pretty much nothing else gets in the way of that. And if it's in my calendar, then I'm doing it. And if it's not in my calendar, then I'm not doing it, basically. So I'm diligent at the end of every day, updating my to-do list for the next day. And I'm old school. I don't have a digital to-do list. I've got a pen and paper, because I like scribbling it out as I do it. And I like starting a new page every day. And yeah, I mean, during the daytime, it's varied between managing the different teams, having different meetings. We're doing a lot of different initiatives in the company at the moment. So there's a lot of setting up and managing teams and managing their focus and, pushing in the right direction, essentially. So, and I get to spend a lot of my time with Mark. I probably speak to Mark more than I speak to my wife at the moment. I probably have them for the last 2 years. We've just spent so much time speaking and throughout the day over the last 2 years. But interestingly, we've only ever met in real life like less than 10 times. So it's a proper online a bromance relationship we have, basically. And that's
So
my day.
what about for your sites? What about for your magic money?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of that's outsourced now. So the only thing that I still do myself is the keyword research for new topics, and I do those in batches. So like I'll do a big batch of research, and then the rest is, I just look after the team, pretty much like Alex. I feel like that side of the business is very much automated and self-runs now. I just check analytics, check the earnings, make my reports at the end of the month to make sure everything's on track, and do my keyword research as and when, basically. Finish work about 5, 6 o'clock, have some dinner, spend some time with Parker. And then we're obsessed with Suits at the moment, the TV show. We've watched 7 seasons in 4 weeks, something like that. We'll literally watch 3 or 4 episodes every night now if we can get the time. And that's another reason why I'm tired in the mornings then, because we've stayed up late watching Suits.
Yeah, what time do you go to bed?
Depends on how good a suit is. If we finish an episode and we're like, oh my god, what's going next?
And Netflix automatically plays the next one, and then by the time it's done that, you can't really stop it once it started. So,
or we do this stupid thing where we say, shall we watch the first 10 minutes of the next one? And we put it on, and it's never the first 10 minutes. So
that's like saying, oh, should we do a little bit of crack? You can't do it. It gets you hooked straight away, and then
yeah. And that's it, to be honest. I guess I should probably talk about this. I don't think this is talked about very much, especially among men. I've definitely over the last couple of years had feelings of guilt a little bit of not spending enough time with Parker, my little boy, especially during the weekdays. Like if I'm working till 6 o'clock, he's home from school at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and he's playing downstairs and playing with Jess. I'm like, I should go and play with him. And I spend from like 6 till 7:30 when he goes to bed, but I definitely have felt guilty, and I think probably a lot of people feel that. They just maybe don't talk about it.
Everyone does. I mean, that's the worst. That's the thing. That's why I do this, is because I know that I didn't see my father hardly at all, because he got in from work 6, 7 o'clock, and I was just going to bed, and I didn't even see him in the morning. He'd gone before I was even out of bed. So, and I think a lot of parents have that, probably the realization too late, when their kids are like 10, 11, 15, 18, whatever. They're just leaving home, and they suddenly think, where the hell did that time go? I didn't even see them, because, and it's so depressing with kids and dogs and anything like that. They only stay little for such a small amount of time, and before you know it, they're bigger and they're different. And that little person that you knew has gone, and they've turned into someone else, which is obviously equally as nice, but it's different. So, and that's kind of my one question for you guys, actually, is, why do you have a traditional style company with clients and staff and all that? What the hell are you doing? That's a load of stress and time. You know how the magic of money works.
We never started out to do that, really. We started out to build a team for ourselves. And then it spiraled into this, and we never realized it would get...
You got this far, you can't get out of it.
Yeah, pretty much. We kind of stumbled into it, and it's just, and then
all credit to you. I admire you've built a business up, and fair play and all that, and I admire like Carl as well, and doing affiliate gathering and all that stuff. But none of that stuff would be a priority for me. It's all very nice and everything, and I know I could do it, but I just don't want to do it. I want to spend time with my kids, and just, if one of the guys wants a beer at lunchtime, I'll just go for a beer at lunchtime, and that's fine. I don't want to be worrying about clients or staff or any of that. I just want to be worrying about family and friends.
Do you know what, though?
Your business doesn't allow you to do.
I've had a bit of an epiphany recently, and it's to do with a book I read called The Psychology of Money. And a big chunk of that book, it talks about how much is enough. And I never really thought about it. My background is I've grown up without lots of money, from a poor area in Wales, a little mining town and stuff. And I've always had the mindset of like more. And I've never really sat down and considered like how much is enough. I've always just been driven to move forward and build and do more and bigger. But I went on holiday 2 weeks ago, and I read that book, and I've come back, and I've actually spent a lot of time thinking about like what are my goals and priorities and how much is enough.
Pardon? You put the BMW up for sale?
No, that's non-negotiable.
Didn't change it that much then.
Yeah.
No, I came to realize that quite some time, because I, again, had the idea that I want to be a millionaire. I want to, do all this, which of course would be lovely, but no, you don't actually need that. I mean, probably most people would be happy with 50 grand a year. I'm just a ballpark figure. I don't know. You'd be pretty comfortable on that, especially if you're generating that without putting in too much time. Generally, I think all you need to worry about is not to be able to worry about money, so that you can go to the supermarket and you can just take stuff off the shelf and get what you want, and don't have to worry when you get to the checkout. You got all the bills covered. You can go to a restaurant and order whatever you like off the menu without having to worry. Generally, that's probably it. I mean, I don't even have a car anymore. I often thought that I wanted a flash car. I wanted a Mercedes. I wanted this, wanted that. And then I realized, in fact, I don't even want a car. They're a pain. Right? Pain. You've got to put petrol in them. You've got to pay insurance. You've got to park them. I mean, here there's nowhere to park, so that's good. There's no cars actually allowed in the old town. So that helped us get rid of a car. But yeah. I
mean, the family
doesn't excite me anymore. Clothes and cars and all that. I like going on holiday, but again, that's just purely for the experience, for the time spent with friends and family. That's it doesn't have to be anywhere particularly flash. Just has to be a holiday.
Well, life's about experiences, really, isn't it? That's what it comes down to the end. How your experience.
That's all it is. I mean, possessions and that don't really bring us any happiness. They may give you a little. I don't know what word I'm looking for. A little dopamine hit or whatever. Whenever you get that new shiny thing, whatever it is, you think, "Oh, that's nice." But then after a while, it's just a laptop, it's just a car, it's just a TV, isn't it?
I don't know. Like I kind of disagree. I used to think that way, but I kind of evolved. I say evolved. Like you haven't evolved.
Oh, sorry, I'm still one life.
I've changed my thinking on that a little bit. Like, I think sometimes it is like it's all about what are you worth, kind of in your life, and like actually. If you have got like maybe a nice car or somewhere, actually that's kind of raising your vibration somewhat into it actually does improve kind of your day-to-day life. I actually kind of like getting into a nice car. I like, I like having a nice house rather than kind of a house that it wouldn't be so nice. So actually, I think just the day, if life is about experiences, that's your day-to-day experiences. And if your day-to-day experiences are enhanced and are better, then actually sometimes those things actually can improve you.
Maybe, but like a VW is a nice car, isn't it? Is it that much nicer to get a Mercedes?
I don't know.
Would your vibration increase if you took the difference there and the value there, and I don't know, gave it to a charity or set something else up? I don't know.
I think the other
makes you feel good. Then fine if it's improving your day-to-day life and it allows you to portray a better vibe, I guess.
I mean, taking it to the extremes, if you lived in like a cockroach-ridden bedsit, like that would probably be.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about poverty. I'm not talking about getting out of poverty. I'm talking about
there's different levels, right?
Whether you can live comfortably in a 4-bedroom house or whether you need a 6-bedroom mansion.
That's where it becomes like what's enough, I think, isn't it? That's the
and then also some of them things start to then negatively have an impact on your life, because if you do, you've got a nice comfortable house, but you've got a ton of money, so you feel like you need a massive mansion with a huge garden and tennis courts and swimming pool and all this stuff. That can then actually start to have a negative effect on your life, I think, because then you've got to worry about the garden, you've got to worry about the swimming pool, you need a gardener, you need all the other stress and stuff, which is, again, it's the stuff that I don't want. Same as if you get a Lamborghini, okay, that's fine. Great, I've got a Lamborghini, but then when I go to the shops, I'm just going to be worried, where am I going to park it? Someone's going to scratch it. It's like going out every day in a tuxedo. It's just not comfortable.
I also think it depends on the reasoning for it. I think you're both right. I think, Mark, you're right in that if you're doing it for yourself to live a comfortable life and give yourself good vibrations, and that's great. But there's also the side where you do it to impress other people. Like you want a bigger house because the Joneses have got a bigger house. You don't get a bigger house because it makes you.
You got to do it for you. Yeah, you got to do it for you.
You've got to do it for you. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people do it for that. That's why they buy flash cars and stuff. But the problem, I think, is that most people, when someone pulls up in a Lamborghini or whatever, turns up, the engine's growling, and most people look at them. They don't go, "Wow, what a car! What a guy! He's amazing." They just think, "Twat, what a wanker."
Wait, is this to me, Alex? Because you mentioned my car earlier. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, Believe me, I used to love flash cars. I used to do my car. I remember I had a Vauxhall Nova, and I put the alloy wheels on it.
You said flash cars. Vauxhall Nova is not a flash car.
No, it was by the time I finished with it, with them 17-inch rims on it.
Neon lights underneath, maybe in the footwell as well, right?
Yeah. I did have neon lights and subwoofer amps. Yeah, 6x9s on the parcel shelf. So yeah, I used to be into cars, but then I don't know, something changed, and I just thought,
Again, I think you just changed. Like, it's what's enough for you, and like what's important to you. Like, but I do think, it's individual to everybody. But if you've got to do it for yourself, and I think I've gone through quite a lot of changes in my life recently about like that, like thinking about what am I worth, what do I want, what is important to me, and then once you know that, and then when you realize you're doing it for you because you're worth it, then
you go, girl.
Yeah, you
go.
And then then as long as you're doing it for yourself, I think, and not to impress others, then that's what it would be. So, a few questions, not related. Like, what is the stream software? It's Restream. It's pretty good, but we still have troubles with it. It's pretty easy actually as well, but we still have troubles with it.
Well, I'd say that's the first trouble we've had with it, unless because I think.
Oh, I mean human error rather than. But I don't know what happened today, but bit of a pain. But
it happens.
I agree with that. Like teammates you can trust. We already spoke about that, but like putting the team around you, that just changes everything as well. And it's about that kind of adage of, always put yourself around positive people, because negative people are just going to bring you down, and positive people are going to bring you up. It's the same with the people that you work with. This guy, I don't know who this is, but they always says, "Hi, Mark, Facebook user, my friend." I think we've covered that as well. I mean, I always with the parents, the kids thing. I used to work for Microsoft, and I used to work in London, so I used to get up really early, get home really late, and I didn't want to have that when I had kids. So I thought I'll start my business, because then I can choose any time that I want to work, right? Because then it's fine. I can have time with the kids. Of course, you realize it's really busy, but I think just getting the opportunity to work from home, like a lot more people work from home now, that's definitely increased your chances of seeing your kids, of being around them, and like be able to spend like 5-10 minutes with them from here and there. Whereas, like I said before, at Microsoft, I'd only have seen them at the weekend. So I think that chance now that we will have that we all work, from home, probably improves that life somewhat. I think family life.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was a comment there just from Affiliate Marketing Ninjas. I can relate to the guilt of not playing with son whilst trying to work. Hopefully, work putting in is for their future, which is 100% right. And definitely, you've got to build something and hope that your kids are going to be fine in the future. But the sacrifice of spending time with them when they're children, because in the future they're not going to be children anymore. They'll be adults. It'll be different.
Yeah,
I do diligently.
There's a balance there somewhere.
Yeah, and to get around some of that guilt, like every weekend, I don't plan anything in really, apart from spending time with him and going places and trips and stuff, and that does alleviate some of that guilt. But you're right, I think you can always do more, basically.
Don't worry, that guilt you're going to get. That as a parent, you get guilt all the flipping time over absolutely everything with your kids. Oh, I should have done that. Should have done this. Try and get over it. So otherwise, you can bring yourself right down. Yeah, and my wife on the weekends, I should have said, I don't really do any work. I might check the odd email on a Sunday night or do a few bits on a Sunday evening, but generally, weekend is the laptop stays shut.
Yeah, I've done about being what's enough. I've gone down the rabbit hole lately as well with, if you start looking at global debt and things like that, and the monetary system,
this is already depressing enough.
It makes you think, shit, like the future for our kids is not good. So I need to, not only do I need to like make sure that we're okay for us, our life, I need to make sure that they're okay, and actually their kids are okay. So now I'm like, okay, well now how do I like ensure their future?
That's a big thing. Unless have you got to build some underground bunker, or you got a rocket or something, we can get off this rock.
So don't start looking into that.
With pandemics, the financial crisis, and World War, I mean, I don't even know if money is going to save us. I don't know. I suppose if you've got to say, but Jeff Bezos will be all right with his rocket and bunker, and Elon Musk will be too. They'll be living on a satellite somewhere, watching us. I don't know.
So I guess my
We used to have a Nova. There you go.
I guess my week looks pretty similar to Adam's. Like I won't go to. I mean, the stuff I do, I get up at 6 o'clock every morning, or 6 days a week, and then I go for a walk for an hour. There's a university really near me, so we kind of take a walk around there, which is really nice. I think it's a good way to start the day. But sometimes I just walk and be with the goslings, and sometimes I listen to a murder podcast. Depends what kind of mood I'm in at the time. So, but then
What time do you go to bed?
I go to bed. It depends, but I try to get into bed like 10:30. But sometimes I'm up to midnight or whatever. And then I've got still got a young baby who wakes me up as well. So
you still up at 6 if you go to bed at midnight?
Yep. I try and get up. I try to have like that days in the week where I go to bed really early, like one night where like I try to go to bed like 9, which is just like a catch up kind of.
Okay. Does that help?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it massively helps. So the walk is really, I think for my mental health, it's really good to have the walk, because what I was finding was that I wasn't going anywhere. Because I work from home, I just walk into the office, don't do anything. So I'll just sit at my desk or stand at my desk all day, and then I'm not really getting any exercise at all in the week. So I kind of do that, which really helps for sure. And then most of the day for me and Adam at the moment is meetings, back-to-back meetings, and then I catch up on emails in the evening. On Wednesdays, I recently joined a spa, so on Wednesday nights I try to leave work a bit early and then work from the spa, and then try and have a bit of spa time, like as well, like a bit of sauna time and things like that on a Wednesday.
Walking around in a dressing gown, sipping prosecco. I love spas.
Yeah, exactly that kind of thing. And then every weekday I spend 5 till 8 p.m. with the kids. So like 5 o'clock, clock off from work, take over from my wife. She normally cooks dinner and stuff, and then I'm playing with the kids and sorting them out, getting them ready for bed. And then get onto the laptop, probably just do a few more emails and pick up a few different bits and pieces. And then for Magic Money, is Sundays really. Sunday morning, I always do some more keyword research. I used to do internal linking until very recently on all my sites still. So I used to do that every Sunday morning. So I spend like 4 hours Sunday morning doing internal linking. That I've now outsourced that. So I outsource content links and internal linking. So what I really need to do is keyword research and get stuff ready for my writers each week. But I generally try to do a few weeks in advance. So I have to do that and pay them and that kind of thing. So that's why I look like on a week to week basis, pretty much.
So I'd be interested to know who does your internal linking. You'll have to send me their details if they've got some availability. And would you say that internal linking work made a big difference every Sunday morning? Would you see the effects of that? Because I mentioned video on internal linking.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna follow Paul here. Internal linking is so important. Like it's massive. Like if you just have a site with no internal linking, it doesn't always happen, but like I've had it on several occasions where I'll start with a bunch of posts. Of course, you've got nothing to internal link to when you start with one post, so you have to get to a certain number of posts before you can actually really start internal linking. But then when you add the internal links, you can actually see an observable difference in traffic generally. So internal linking is huge, and so I've always never trusted someone else to do it for me. But I do now, and the person who does it is an employee. I have one full-time employee for my Magic Money, as well as with the agency. I'm probably going to scale that up to 2 full-time people that work for me. So she does writing, but she also does internal linking for me now as well. Shout out to Zoe. Yeah. So Alex, I mean, have you made it? Have you got any? What's next? Do you want to make? What's the aspiration for the future?
I want to keep growing my YouTube. I feel like I'm stuck on YouTube at the moment. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not getting as many views as I used to get. The videos are the same as they used to be. I just feel like a little burnt out on YouTube, but I still want to grow it. My target is I want to get to 100,000 subscribers. That's always been my target. And I'm definitely going to focus on YouTube and just generally keeping everything afloat. So I'm working on some new sites. I'm hoping to sell one soon to bring in another big chunk of money, because that then takes a lot of stress off if you could do that, doesn't it? And just keep going. I don't have the same big aspirations to be a millionaire or anything like that. a lot of my friends back in Bedford, that they kind of think I'm semi-retired anyway, which I guess I kind of am, because retired just means you don't have to work, doesn't it? So, but of course, magic money, revenue streams, residual income, passive income is not as passive or residual as maybe people make out. Those things still need to be maintained. So it's just keeping those things going. And I do that obviously via YouTube or through some of my sites. But no huge ambitions, just carry on engaging and building my community, and carry on spending more time with the kids.
Yeah. You don't have ads on your site, do you? Like, or do you with the non-live streams? Do you have ad revenue from YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah, Google AdSense revenue, yeah.
Is it worth it? Asked Ryan.
YouTube ad rev worth it? How do we say worth it? It's about £1,000 a month for me, so that's pretty worth it.
Yeah.
For nothing. I mean, who was it said? Miles, might have been Miles Beckler. When he was on chatting to me, he said he turned off all the ads on his YouTube because he thought that although it was bringing him a few thousand a month, because his channel is obviously much bigger than mine, he thought it was still distracting viewers and putting people off watching his content, and he'd rather they watch the content, because if they watch the content and they engage with him, join his mailing list, and that was far more lucrative than the AdSense revenue.
This sounds a bit like the adding ads to affiliate pages distracts people from affiliate, but actually doesn't. Like, I wonder if he's got real data on that, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he did do some tests on, I don't know, Miles. But Miles is another one who's completely retired now. You don't really see much of him online. He again, maybe like yourself, wanted to, he focused a lot on making loads of money. It was all about the money. And then suddenly you realize, okay, I've got a load of money and it's not really money what I want. I just want to go. He lives out in the countryside, doesn't he, in America? I just want to spend the day like chopping wood and starting fires and pottering about. And that's what he does now.
Yeah.
No, I think a lot of people get that realization that simple things in life are actually what we want.
That sounds pretty good. Sounds like you're there then.
Right? Well, I mean, I live in Spain and can do what I like, and that is pretty much the dream. That's I never thought that's where I wanted to be, but now I'm here. I realize that that is where I want to be. Yeah. My YouTube is WP Eagle.
Yeah,
represent.
One extra subscriber towards that 100K.
Well, that's good. I mean, I'm getting there. I hit 59,000 just yesterday, I think it was. So only another 41,000 to go.
You get a nice little trophy, don't you, as well, if you get to 100K?
That's all I want. I want the trophy. Really. I'll put it up here.
The shelf there. I think that's
YouTube pay per 1,000 views. Well, it depends who you are. I think Mr. Beast probably gets more than me.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, advertising rates vary across different sectors, and it really depends on who your viewer is and what kind of stuff they're looking at. Because, so for me, I think it's quite lucrative because people that watch my channel are into making money online, making websites. So a lot of the ads that they tend to see are for like making money online courses, those horrible ads. I saw an ad in front of one of my videos just earlier today, and it was this guy with this Tesla software, not to be confused with the Tesla car. And he's like, well, I guarantee you that within the first 2 hours, you'll have made $250. By the end of the day, you'll have made $5,700 with this completely automated trading software, blah, blah, blah. Kind of stuff that I absolutely hate. And I'm not particularly proud that it's in front of my videos, which is maybe another reason why I should turn off the ads. But I just think, why do YouTube let these ads? Because you click on his ad, it takes you through to like a page, and basically he wants you to give him 250 quid to get involved in this. It's a big old pyramid scam or whatever. And so it's those kind of ads, but I know that they pay quite a lot for their impressions.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. I could probably give you I'm not sure. You're allowed to share your CPMs. I don't know. My RPM, which is revenue per 1,000, is £14. So
$20, is it?
$18-19.
Yeah.
Per 1,000 impressions. I don't know if yours is anywhere. Are you even running ads on YouTube? Probably not.
No. We're not big enough yet. And I mean, you can't do it in live streams, can you? Oh, we are doing it on podcast. I suppose we could do it on podcasts.
You can run ads on streams.
Okay. Oh, can you? Well, so people get pulled away from the stream for a bit.
Pre-roll. I don't think it inserts while they're watching, but then on the replay it will put them in.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, just before the stream there'll be a pre-roll. Koo, good to see you, Koo. What are you doing, man? You got your WP Eagle t-shirt. He's washed it so much, his WP Eagle t-shirt. The print's kind of small.
Send the man a new one, for God's sake.
I will send him a new one. But he asked, what's the future of affiliate marketing?
Don't know. I think the industry changes so quick. I think it has anyway. It's definitely changed since I started.
It'll always exist, right?
Yeah, it'll always exist. There's just going to be different ways to go about making money with affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is essentially just a marketing channel for brands or businesses. It's a way for them to spend marketing dollars to gain customers. It's the same as why I don't think display ads are ever going to go away, really, because brands are always going to need to spend to acquire customers. It's just how that looks, what the model looks like. If the tracking changes, do the payouts change? Do we move from a CPA model to a CPC model again? All those kinds of things. But in some shape or form, it's always going to be there, I think.
Yeah. It's a fantastic marketing channel for companies because unlike display ads and other forms, they only pay when they get a new customer or they get a sale or whatever. So it's fantastic in terms of being able to justify marketing spend because, you know, when I used to have my marketing agency, there was large companies and they were just spending marketing money on all sorts of things and they had no idea what return they were getting or any of that stuff. It was just money down the pan. My one slight fear about it is the increase in privacy stuff that I think has probably gone too far with Apple and a few of the others where they're just, you know, killing off the cookies and all the rest of it. But there'll be a way around it. Technology will find a way around it. There's too much money on the table for privacy to stop marketing.
Yeah. Well, the future is as well is people be able to monetize their own data, so they own their own data and they can sell it effectively. So you bet.
Didn't Peter Jones invest in something that does that?
The old ad network I used to work for years and years ago. That's their model now. They changed the ad network where they split the revenue that they get paid from you know the advertiser through microtransactions on the blockchain. So for every advert that you view on a page, you as a viewer get paid as a microtransaction, part of the revenue.
There's definitely something that Peter Jones did on Dragon's Den, which was a browser extension that you put in, and then you can decide whether to protect your privacy, hide all your data, close all your cookies, all the rest of it, or you can share some of that and earn some revenue. Maybe that's the way.
Yeah. I mean, data could be used for so much good as well, and as well as bad. And I think, closing off all data is you can't. I don't think that's the answer, like for everybody long term.
No, so I don't think there's any real privacy concerns with a bit of a tracking cookie for affiliate marketing or anything like that. No. And even with the advertising, I think like remarketing, I think is fine. Why? At the end of the day, we have to pay for these services. At the moment, we pay for Facebook, YouTube, all the rest of it by watching ads. And surely it's better if those ads are relevant.
Yeah, I don't even mind like sharing what websites I've been on and stuff if it makes the adverts more relevant for me. Yeah. I don't know how many things I've bought that I genuinely like and wanted to buy and didn't feel coerced into buying or anything because of other things I've looked at, and then they've obviously retargeted or targeted based on interest.
And you see a product that's relevant and you're interested in, what's the harm in that? It's better than being blasted with ads that are completely irrelevant for products that you're never going to buy. It's better for everyone, advertisers and consumers.
I'm glad we all agree. I wonder if Doug would have the same view. I'm glad we all agree on that because, I agree. I never turn off that stuff because relevant ads are good as far as I'm concerned.
Ryan asks, what's the most you ever made in a month from affiliate marketing? What did you sell? Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I probably don't want to share the exact number, but it's when I've sold a site. I imagine that's probably the most I've ever made in a single day.
He's probably going at some product or something that you promoted.
Oh,
you had some crazy guy on Amazon order a £10,000 car.
No, so I did have somebody order a musical instrument, trumpet. I think it was, or something along those lines, for more than 10,000. It was ridiculously high. And then I saw the commission in, and then I just prayed and prayed and prayed that they didn't return it. Like, no, they didn't. They didn't return it.
Oh.
I don't know. I can't even remember how much that was, to be honest, in terms of like one-off items. I don't know. It was probably like a couple of $100 from that one item. I think it was nothing mind-blowing. I've never had like a day where I've sold something and earned, thousands in commissions in one day from a product.
Not selling a private jet or anything can get 6% on it.
Well, the best one for me actually happened quite recently. Well, the one I can remember. I mean, I've had some big ones in the past. Just the other week, I've got my darts website. Someone ordered through Amazon a dartboard that cost $4,199. So the commission on that was like $125, which is pretty good from Amazon. And it's still not been returned just yet. So that's pretty cool. Other crazy things. I mean, I've got my wheelbarrow site. You wouldn't think there's a lot of money in wheelbarrows, but have you ever seen a powered wheelbarrow? No. It's the thing. It's like a battery-powered tipping wheelbarrow. I just found it on here on my Amazon report. £769 that was from Amazon.co.uk.
I did once had a site in the golf space, and I had some content around golf simulators, and they were like $10,000 plus. But I never sold one. No, that
story was good. I sold this $10,000 simulator. And then when I had the roof box site, that was pretty mad. There was some roof boxes that were well over 1,000, some real big ones. So I sold a couple of them. I remember first time I did that, I did a video, and within a few days they'd returned it. That was the highs and lows of your commission report.
When Mark's doing, he's going to see if I can find what that instrument was.
Yeah, so we've got we're over the hour now, so looking forward to wrapping up soon. But we've got 29 likes, so we've hit the 25 likes for the giveaway. So if you're interested in some merch, Niche Website Builders merch, write something in the chat now. Otherwise, you won't get entered, because that's just the way YouTube works.
You need like some music now to play,
Some music. Okay.
Yeah, you always have to put the beat on.
I've got something short term. That's for you, Alex.
Transition.
That's for you. You said you wanted a transition.
We transitioned into the same scene. That's not quite how it works, but hey.
I
like it.
So there's something.
Just answer that while everyone's saying stuff. I'm getting conflicting ideas. My first site is a narrow niche. I was thinking of expanding it, but the domain name wouldn't let me, I guess. It's pretty like me, and he's got best phillipsscrewdrivers.com or something, and he wants to move into flatheads.
Yeah, I've got a site like that, which is about foxes, a very specific animal. It's got the word fox in the URL, and I've covered everything you can think about foxes. And I'm like, what do I do now? And I have started branching out now into animals that are similar. So currently covering wolves, and I thought, is this going to work? Like, will this even be a thing? But to my surprise, it's working. It's ranking for wolf content. People are clicking it. It's making revenue from wolves, even though it's got the word foxes in the URL. So, my recommendation is just to try a little bit of content outside. If you've covered everything about the topic, like, try a little bit outside. It might surprise you and work.
Don't worry too much. A lot of people don't even notice the domain name or whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's not worth changing the domain name or anything like that, is it? That would just destroy your previous efforts.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so should we kind of wheel a name it? We'll do the draw. We've kind of run out of time from our future lives, Adam, but nobody wants to know about that. And anyway,
I want to know, Adam. What's the plan? What's the big plan? Come on,
these website builders for
move to Spain down the road from you, Alex, and just live.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. We'll go for a beer.
Yeah.
Someone else.
I guess your goal must be to build the agency to sell, is it? It must be. I don't know.
We haven't really got.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just kind of enjoying the journey at the moment. Don't know. Watch this space, I guess. Maybe once we've actually decided what we're going to do, we'll share that on a future stream or something.
Yeah. Well, I guess it all changes. Like when your kids get old enough and they leave home, whatever. Then it's different, isn't it? Your priorities are going to change for sure. And then maybe you'll want to do more work and you'll have too much time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't tend to look too far ahead either. It's best just to. Anyway, Will and Ames, we need some music, or at least a drum roll. Have you got a drum roll?
Yeah, that's the problem with Restream. I'd ask them actually. Ask them on their chat whether we can do audio stuff. So, because I can't find it at the moment, so I'll just do this again. Wheel of Names.
I like the transition. Yeah, that was it. But you should have done the transition before you changed the screen layout.
Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? I'm going to be as good as Alex on this. Ready?
Yeah, nearly. Let's go. Transition.
Oh, that was still terrible.
Just about did it. Like
nearly smooth there. I like
sharing your screen is like 6 clicks, so that's really worked fast to get close there. But here we are. Okay, so this is the draw for some merch. Here we go.
I'll do the drum roll.
It's affiliate marketing.
Ninja.
It's right, Bill. Bill.
Oh,
Bill, boy, you are a winner.
Cool. Well done, Bill.
Congratulations, Bill.
Contact us through the Niche Website Builders website, nichewebsite.builders. Go to the contact form or the chat and drop us your details, and we'll arrange to send you something out, whether that's t-shirt, mug, or a cap. But yeah,
I'd probably prefer like a DR30 link or something, but
somebody commented on a stream yesterday, isn't they? Give away an article and you get 1,000 people watching the stream. Okay, promise us that and we'll do it.
I think you would. I mean, when I've done big giveaways, like when I gave away a site a few weeks ago, and time before when I gave away sites, get loads of people on. You also get loads of people on your mailing list as well. And then after you've done the draw, they all unsubscribe. Thanks. No, they didn't all unsubscribe. A few of them did, but hey.
Richard says keep spinning until he wins.
And his spin again. This is because Alex does like 100 spins, doesn't he, on his channel? Right, let's do one more. Let's do one more spin.
We're going to transition. Oh no transition.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You don't need to transition. Don't overdo the transitions. You can wear them out.
I'll get rid of Bill so he doesn't get to. Here we go.
There's some settings on this. You can make it spin for a lot longer. I've set mine to 30 seconds now. It keeps the anticipation going.
Oh really? Coo! No, Mr. Couch.
Ouch.
Mark, you've done it again. You messed it up again.
Why is it doing it so close? It's 1 pixel.
Oh, Coo, he doesn't need a replacement for his worn-out WP Eagle t-shirt. I've not seen any niche website builders merch. Is there anywhere where we can view this, or is it just you getting some made up now just for Bill?
Yeah, I haven't got it right now, but I mean, it's there, but I just haven't been able to share it. I think
I haven't even seen you two in a t-shirt or anything.
I know we haven't even ordered it for ourselves. It might be rubbish. So we should try. We're going to get some. We're going to get some.
Yeah, but there's nothing better than just wearing your own merch all the time, like me, like a sado.
Saying that, Alex, I did get your recommendation on where to get the merch from, of which we're going with. So.
Yeah, incredible. I've found them to be very good. Very good. Even when shipping, I've just shipped something to Hong Kong. Fingers crossed it gets there.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. That's
£30 shipping. I just went for the £10 shipping.
Be there next year.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of an issue with the post and parcels and stuff in Hong Kong at the moment, as there is with a lot of places. But anyway, that was good. Anyway, Mark, let's finish with what your plans are for the future.
It's similar. I mean, yeah, right now, I'm not really thinking beyond niche website builders. This is kind of like where we're at right now. We've got lots and lots and lots of plans, I think, for niche website builders in terms of like how we're going to grow our services, increase the things we do, and we're always striving to make our services better as well, like just constantly. We want everyone's experience. Our goal is that everyone's experience is just awesome, and it takes time to get to that level of polish, but we really want to get there. We've had so many bad experiences, like ourselves, when we're working with agencies within our industry and with freelancers, and we just want to be the different the ones that are different for that. So that's a journey to get
a lot
there.
of work.
That's our ultimate goal. But ultimately, I think like longer term, it was like what we was talking about before. It's just how can I set myself up where I can do a little bit of you, Alex, go for a beer, whenever I like. I guess the difference between me and you is that I probably don't want to start a channel on my own based on myself, my name. I suppose yours is WP Eagle. It'd be something I want to be able to pass on one day. So I don't want to do that. I want to have online assets that are working for me, whether that's online sites, whether that's a business or whatever that's making money for me kind of passively. But then it's kind of how can I change the legacy for my kids as well? Like if we can get a good lifestyle, if we can get a good life, then how does that knock on then to my kids' lives further down the road and their kids' lives and all the way down the tree. So
I'm very aware of that now when I start things, that I want to start things with a view that I could pass it to someone else to either sell it or to, hand it on. So yeah, with WP Eagle, although it's kind of branded in a way, it is purely me. I could have just called it the Alex channel. That would have been the same thing. I don't know why I called it WP Eagle. So I think it's because I had a view that I was going to get other people to help me make content and do videos and stuff, but it never happened. But yeah, now when I do start new things, I try and remove myself and create things, through team members and subcontractors that don't require me, so that someone else could easily pick it up and run with it. And I think that gives it a lot more value then, doesn't it? So I've got another new YouTube channel that I'm starting, which is going to be, I've just been paying a load of guys on Fiverr to do the videos for me. Oh God, that's a tricky process, but I'm very vague. It was just like, I want to do a video about, what was it? We were doing a video on Canva. I want to do a video on Canva. I just literally sent them a few screen grabs of Canva, doing stuff on Canva. I said, right, it's all about the best things about Canva, and I just want you to edit it. And they were like, oh, well, have you got any brand guidelines? I'm like, no. Which bits do you want me to edit? I don't know. I want you to tell me which bits. You're the video editor. Otherwise, I just might as well do it myself.
So this is an experiment. Is this kind of an SEO experiment?
It's an experiment in a way, but it's also, I want it to be a proper project. I want to create especially I want to create an affiliate website and YouTube channel that promotes digital products like Canva, things like that. So without me doing the tutorials and all the rest of it, which is kind of like WP Eagle, because I do promote those products, but with my tutorials. But I want to do it with a channel where it's not me, where I've outsourced the video process and everything. But it might be harder than I thought, unless I can find a good guy that can do videos fairly cheap. Because I've got a couple of guys that say, "Oh yeah, I can do that. Then I'll choose the edits and I'll do the branding and all the rest of it." But it's going to be 300 quid a video. I'm like, wow, I really need to get like 50 videos up, so that's not going to work for me. It's going to be too expensive. So I don't know.
Someone enjoyed our failings today.
Sorry?
Someone enjoyed our failings today, Bill. So that was, we made it fun for him at least.
Gremlins is a great film, though.
It is. Thanks for all the feedback, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. There was one last thing I was going to mention.
Do you think it was better without Doug?
Should we just not even send him the link next time? Yeah.
Oh, I miss Doug. Where the hell is he? Come on, Doug. We need you back.
I'm glad we didn't have someone else's. We never would have fit it all in. So yeah.
Oh yeah, we should have had a replacement. Could have found another guy similar to Doug and dealt with that.
Oh look, I forgot. Right. So one last thing. There is music. I've got a choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 choices. What do you want? Like future pop, chill hop, lounge.
These sound like ringtones.
Yeah, they are. I'm going to go for lounge.
That sounds like porn music.
CD lounge.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a limited number of options as far as I'm working out.
Royalty free, is it?
Yeah. That's it. Chill hop.
Royalty free.
Right.
For the Wheel of Mange, you need something with a bit more pace, right?
Yeah. Okay.
A bit more excitement, a bit more energy.
Okay. Hip hop, maybe. Okay. Hip hop.
Yeah.
This is what 3 middle-aged dads look like in the club.
All right, that hip hop stuff.
right.
That
Okay,
sounds
we
nothing
use.
like hip hop.
No, it doesn't. We'll use some music for the draw next time, Alex, and then
Well,
that's what we've got at the moment.
Within your YouTube, what do they call it, Creator Studio, there is a whole huge audio library, royalty-free music and stuff. You can just choose one of them. I use, I think Funky Party is the one I use. I think that's in there. Funky.
Well, the thing is, I just don't think you can add it with Restream, as far as I can tell. But
there must be a way to play a sound effect or play a video.
I'm just looking at the live support chat now. Okay, I see. Thank you. At the moment, we do not support background music in streams.
We just did.
Well, they just did. Yeah, but there was a choice, the limited choice of
you
their
can't add your own.
No.
I think Richard's onto something here. I think we should start a boy band, to be fair.
I might be better at the beatbox than the backing vocals. I think that's something that Adam's going to pick up.
Well, on that note, I think we should go before we do start singing.
Yep.
Or rapping or beatboxing.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Alex.
No problem. Thanks for having me on. We're back on my channel next week, is it?
That's right. Back on WP Eagle. So sign up to WP Eagle. Shortly, there will be everybody's link in this video, but because we had to restart it real quick, there's not at the moment. All the channel links are in here if you're watching this later, so you can kind of jump on. We rotate the channels for this show. So one time it's on WP Eagle, another time it's on Doug Cunnington's, and sometimes it's on ours. So subscribe to them all.
Music definitely next week. We'll definitely have some music, sound effects, and transitions.
Do we have a topic next week yet? Do we have a?
We're talking about tools, are we?
Oh yeah, this is Alex's one. What's it called, Alex?
Yeah, I mean a little bit more techie and less abstract, but those tools that we just can't do without. Google Analytics, obviously, for Adam. That's what gets him going in the morning. But the other things, just those tools that you use all the time, day to day. But I'm sure we'll probably talk about all sorts of different things, won't we?
Yes.
We certainly shall. All right, we'll wrap it up then. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
All right, see you later.